Welcome to the Iron Seas, everybody. I'm your host, A.C Pritchard. Kahuna is taking a sick day today, but we'll try to keep up his energy with, maybe we should just weekend at Bernie's next time. We'll see. We'll see. But here's my lovely co-hosts today. We got Jarrod Christman, Bill McCushton, and Animation Overload, a.k.a. Tyler Bowie. T. Bowie, you'll see his name on some upcoming comics from yours truly here.
Wait, so is T. Bowie his gang name?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like his rapper name.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo.
T. Bowie. Yeah, like T-Pain.
What up?
I've had a busy week. I started a new story. I've been working on a map. I've been working on some music, a little bit of everything. What about you? What about you, Jarrod? How's your week?
Week's been good. I've been trying to get everything lined up for this pre-launch, and then also started on. Well, I mean, I'm fleshing out in a lot more detail, like what's coming up next in terms of for our project for the film. So today I booked a venue and did some location scouting. So that was pretty cool, man, because I found a big, mostly empty building that I can have access to most of, that will cover at least 3 of my interior set pieces I need, which is awesome. That I didn't even know existed. So that was really cool. And so yeah, it's been a busy couple of days for me getting all that stuff lined up, but it's fun. It's fun because it's forward momentum. So that's what we like.
Yes, we love that. I always love hearing about the movie stuff on your end, because it's like with every tier of all the different arts, there's like less and less of each animal, and you're like the movie maker. Like, you know what I mean? We all are like jack of all trades, right? But like, because like I'm doing music and a little art and writing and all this and that. And same with you. You got your writing, and like, honestly, you drew your own map. Like, you're doing a lot of that stuff too. But like the movie, I think it's very special. Just hearing about it, because it's like a little bit of inside baseball that a lot of people don't really know about,
Yeah.
Bill, how was your week?
It has been busy, and in some ways a continuation of certainly the 2 months of all time, as I'm just trying to get something out. I'm half expecting some harsh criticisms from Daniel when I hear back from him after he looks at the next Zorn episode, because I'll admit I don't like doing this. I cut a couple corners. I feel bad.
As we do, yeah.
I feel bad, but we keep pushing forward. And when I do hear back from him, I'm, of course, going to be looking through them again. I'm going to be looking through it again, see if there's anything I can change, any words that I can still change. Editing is weird.
Yeah.
Editing is weird.
It's like sharpening the blade, yeah.
Yeah,
I will say, one thing I like to do, and I say this to anyone who is a writer, do not underestimate alternating between things.
Oh, yeah.
I will work on, let's say, draft 3 of the next Zorn story 1 week. Next week, draft 2 of the story after that. I might sprinkle in a little bit of my book, but just alternate, because it gives your brain a little time to focus on something else, and you can let your subconscious run its routines on figuring things out. You can have the processes running in the background and not be pestered by
keeps your attention and your mind sharp in a lot of ways. I know what you're talking about. Like, I think that's why, like, I was mentioning me and Jarrod do like music and writing and stuff like that. I think there's something to that. Like, there's some sort of natural inclination where it's like the warrior poet, or like, you know what I mean? Like the samurai always does like the calligraphy and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's something about like different parts of your brain, maybe. Animation. How was your week, buddy? How was your week?
Pretty good. Got a bit of sciatica in my leg still, but it's coming along.
Oh yeah.
Well, sciatica can't enter your body without your consent legally.
It's like a yeah.
Look, I was drunk, and one thing led to another.
Yep. Well, cool. Real quick, we got a question right off the bat. We got Josia F12 says, "Hello, what do you four do on this channel?" And I'm glad you asked, because we're all like creators in our own ways, you know, like musician, author.
We are professional idiots.
Yes. And then we come up here and we geek out about things and criticize things and talk about things going on.
Yes,
you know.
yes,
yeah.
That's it. Yeah, we are professional idiots who occasionally geek out about nerdy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I view you know, at the turn of the year, I kind of realized it's somewhat of like a movie club. So like in the same way as like a book club, we kind of get together every week and talk about a movie as like a default. And then we see where the road takes us, you know, and kind of like documenting things, you know, in a way. Our whole thing is kind of like reminiscing on certain things, or like reapproaching movies that, you know, to see how they've aged, you know. That's usually in line with like the bigger movies, but like sometimes we run into ones we haven't seen ever and they're older, you know. This week it's kind of like TV shows that we're going to be talking about, because there's been a few. Like this year has started off pretty good, right? As far as like the TV shows, I like to think anyway. That's my kind of an interpretation. It's been kind of all right on like the TV side of things as far as like that whole thing goes. What do you guys think? Have you been watching any shows?
Well,
No.
I mean, Japan is still kicking America's arse in terms of television, because anime is still more popular than a lot of shows here.
Yeah, that never slowed down.
Being produced by the West, but I will say, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms was a bit of a surprise. I just dropped into that marathon you were hosting a couple weeks back because I was like, this could be some good background noise. You never know. Next thing you know, I'm not doing my writing because I'm getting sucked into
so good,
Sir Duncan being an absolute giga chad,
dude,
as well as a tall, awkward, lanky bastard. And I'm like, he's just like me. He's just like me for real, for real.
Dude,
my camera goes all out of focus.
I kept telling Evaleighmusic, and for those listening who don't know, Evaleighmusic is one of our captains here, he's kind of known around these parts for like the whole meme of like the movie needs to be fun and like really like morally good natured and like gang, let's all just go have an adventure and have fun, you know.
He likes nice pretty things.
Yeah, I may be oversimplifying, so I always told him, I'm like, you know, Hedge Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, you know, Sir Duncan the Tall, you might actually be a character you can get behind, man. I can actually see you liking him. He's like a good guy, like in the world. And he's like, but he has this way of like still making a very good point about it. Like, yeah, but like, isn't he like pretending or something? Isn't like there's some sort of like, isn't there something there? And I'm like, well, kind of, yeah. And he's like, yeah. And doesn't the whole thing lead up to like some sort of like crazy? And I'm like, yeah, tragedy. Yes, he's like, yeah, tragedy. Yeah, it leads up to some sort of crazy thing, right? And I'm like, yeah, you got me there too.
That's the inherent pitfall with anything from Martin, because it's like, yeah, this great character, we'd love him. All right, he's gonna die, and it's gonna be horrible, and no one will care.
We're gonna watch the SpongeBob movie. Wait,
does
anyone steal something? Well, yeah, okay, well, I'm out.
No, you see, it's okay because Sir Duncan is just Ned Stark maxing, okay?
Yeah.
That's it.
Or was Ned Stark dunk maxing? I think that actually.
There you go.
Because like Jamie
Lannister, there you go. Ned Stark was dunk maxing.
He was dunk maxing, yeah. Because Dunk, spoilers, makes his way up to Winterfell, but we all know that because like the next
I don't know that.
book,
I haven't read the books.
well, the next book, it's not out yet. Like the next book is named She Wolves of Winterfell or something like that. So we know
Oh, wait,
he goes
he's
up
still
there.
making them?
Yeah, that's
Well,
I thought he
these-
did the 3 novellas and called it quits and went back to not writing his other book. Or is this what he's been doing during that time instead of writing his fucking book?
Oh no, he's written so many other
Oh.
things in the 14 years since the last book came out.
I think his goal is like something like 12, 13 novellas, or 7 or 8. One of those two. It's a larger number, more than 3. And I think something got out about him, maybe, and don't quote me on this. It's just coming up now, you know what I mean? But like, I think there's something about him writing a bunch of specifically Duncan egg, like Hedge Knight stuff, which people are saying is his excuse for not writing The Winds of Winter. But like, it's been 15 years. At this point, I'm basically at the point where I'm just like, dude, the guy wrote it like, the guy finished it like 10 years ago. Like he finished it 10 years ago. If anything, he's working on like the final book. I don't know what the plan is, but at this point, 15 years, when you really think about it and you think about the resources he has, and then like the advent of AI, and then even more resources as he just keeps continuing to climb to be a bigger thing. It's like, I don't know how you just don't just finish that. Like, I hear some people saying that he's grown really cynical about the whole thing. He's like really salty. He's not feeling it anymore and
He
stuff
was
like this. But,
always cynical, though, right?
Yeah.
right.
Now, I am convinced, and I'll probably never have any proof of this with absent a confession. However, I am convinced that he had this. We will never see the end of A Song of Ice and Fire, because the way the show ended is the way he wanted the series to end. And when he realized everybody hates it, he has no idea how to course correct, because he can't write that kind of story. He just
and
can't.
I can't deny that, Jared.
But the big problem, though,
would he have written it better, though?
No.
Well,
no.
A, you have that, but B, there are things. I've seen those books. The show absolutely has cut significant portions
Pillaged
out of it. I've never read the books. For anyone wondering, I have never read the books. I refuse to read something that the author himself doesn't care about enough to finish. So I'm kind of curious if it's a case of only getting what we have or what the show kept. And that's part of the problem. Because I've heard that there's more to Mr. Broken Legs. I'm spacing on his names.
Bran.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bran's
There's more to Bran's story than what we get in the show, at least again from what I hear. So it may be a case of they're missing vital information that helps the audience actually give a damn about this poor crippled kid.
And they would have that if they didn't stop talking to George after like season 3 or 2, even. Like it was like really quick.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they stopped talking.
I didn't even know that.
And like I think
I think it was like season 5 is when that rift started, because that's when the show really took a big departure, or that's when the show took a big dip in terms of
they ran out of his notes. Yeah.
But still, even then, it's like, even if it's better written, where the story lands is what people are the most, people like us are like, we can take really good writing to a bad end, or to like a dismal end, and appreciate the story. Normies, they just don't like where it landed. And because there was so much normie blowback with it, it's like, oh shit, what do I do? Because I don't know how to write heroes. I don't know how to write happy endings. I don't know how to write anything that's not nihilistic, grimdark drivel. So what do I do? And he can't. He has no idea how to course correct.
For those watching right now, this is Animation Overload drawing Spear from the show Primal by Genndy Tartakovsky, one of my heroes. But yeah, Jared, I think you're not wrong. I think what happened was, because like, if you want my oversimplified, very quick theory, because like there's entire streams that are spawned off of this topic.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll just give you the very quick rundown. I think here's what I think happened. They obviously had some notes from George, and there's obviously some aspects to how the show kind of sped things along in the end that are gonna be in the final product. So just to oversimplify it, all of the foreshadowing, symbolism, and everything points to Daenerys being a good person, a hero. Same with Jon Snow. It would be like if you turned Jon Snow evil all of a sudden. So that that is pretty firmly foreshadowed. Like it, like basically one reason that like writers like you and me reacted to this, or like basically any super fans of the book, is because they know deep down in the core of the story, she's literally the mother. She's like it's like making mom the bad guy. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't work. It feels bad. It's like uncanny. You know what I mean? In the prophecy in the world, it says like the dragon has 3 heads. So just to oversimplify that, Daenerys, Jon Snow, and then this third character, Euron Greyjoy, which they turned into a fucking fraternity bro on the show. He's just like a walking bro when he's supposed to be the Antichrist. Literally, this is a character who is genuinely unsettling to read about. This guy's like literally collecting priests from every religion to use in blood rituals, and like just on a whim, like maybe this will work kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like this is like the most evil character that Martin has put to paper, and they turned him into just like, oh, this guy isn't even to be taken seriously kind of character on the show. You know what I mean? So
which one was that again?
Euron Greyjoy. Yeah.
Okay.
Theon's uncle.
He's supposed to be like the Antichrist, bro.
Seriously, in the show, I wanted to run over that version of Euron Greyjoy with a dump truck, dude.
So bad.
It was so bad, so bad. Like I don't know how you take what is in the books and get that out of it. Because it's like you said, like in the book, Euron is genuinely unsettling to read.
Yeah,
it's like the page goes dark when you're reading about him, and he's like again like super well written character, very well fleshed out, like a lot of and like handled really well because there's so much mystique and intrigue around him, and then for
like real magic
to get what we got on the show. One
example, those fancy swords that everybody walks around and passes down through royal bloodlines that everybody makes a big deal about in the shows, like
the Valyrian steel.
Yep, this is my Valyrian steel sword. This was my freaking grandpa's. It goes all the way back to like, you know, the first Targaryens or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Euron Greyjoy is supposed to have a full suit of armor made out of that, because he goes to old Valyria, which is like banned,
cursed,
and then comes back. Yeah.
And
he has some stories, and he comes back basically the Antichrist. Like he probably got
dragon
possessed by
horn.
something. Yeah,
they didn't even put the dragon horn in the show.
No, instead they just had the Night King resurrect. So here's what I'm saying. I said I was going to oversimplify it. I'm getting bogged down here. When you get something like the good guy like Daenerys torching the capital city, there's a situation that's been set up in the books where she's going to return and is going to inevitably, you know, have to confront the false dragon. The fandom calls him Fagon. He's basically this poor kid that some nobles have basically convinced is like a Targaryen or something. Or he could be a Targaryen. Who knows? He probably is, probably isn't. Who's to say? But either way, he's probably going to knock out Cersei and assume King's Landing because of his ancestry, you know, the claim, and the way Cersei's been treating everything. Like Cersei be doing Cersei things. Like we all saw the show, like how shitty it got with like Joffrey and stuff. You can safely say that the people probably don't like her. So it's going to be pretty easy for the fake dragon to swoop in and be like, I'm the king now. Everybody's going to be like, okay. Then Daenerys comes. She's the real deal. They're going to have like a fight. And I think if that fight ensues, I could see her like maybe accidentally torturing King's Landing, or maybe being forced to do something drastic, where some sort of side effect of that, like King's Landing gets torched, but I don't think it necessarily is going to be Daenerys that gets there, right?
Yep.
And if it is the case, I think it's going to be under different circumstances, because like I said, she's been set up to be the good guy, right? So yeah, I think that's kind of what happened, is they had these notes, and some key points ended up making it in weird ways in the final product. You know what I mean?
Which would make sense if all you have are like base outline notes of plot point without connective tissue of
how
Daenerys comes in, everything's done with the Nightwalkers, but Cersei's still there, and it's big fight, big bada boom all over King's Landing.
Yeah. And Jarrod mentioned the Dragonbinder horn. That thing is literally, it's gonna take control of one of the dragons. That's how the bad guys get one of the dragons, is the Dragonbinder horn. And actually the implication, just for any of you guys out there that are interested in some of the mysteries in the world, what's probably going to happen is Euron's brother is going to blow that thing, and I think it's going to cram his soul inside of Daenerys's dragon. And then that is literally how like Euron Antichrist Greyjoy gets his hands on an actual dragon. And it might even breathe blue fire. You know, we don't even know, you know. But like, that's another plot point where I'm like, where like maybe one of her dragons dies and then another one gets possessed, or you know, these are the questions to ask, where like how much of it is going to make it. But I don't think it's going to be the same, and I don't think it's a reason to
let's just say that the key points in that ended up in the show are what George wanted. And but then with like, okay, Daenerys dies, John goes back to the wall, and
I think she does die.
The north, and Bran becomes king. It's like the way they got there in the show is the most ham-fisted, unimaginative,
so stupid.
Get me out of here as fast as you can way to do it.
We all saw the shift too. It was like they started running.
Oh my gosh.
It was like they started running.
It's like, okay, you got to kill Dany off. Okay, so you got Dany and Jon both have dragons, are both coming to remove Cersei. Okay, Cersei's out. Boom, good. But then the fleet comes in. Then the Iron Fleet comes in. And in that fight, Dany dies. But they smash the Iron Fleet.
Yes,
King's Landing is safe. Jon is distraught because he was truly in love with Dany. Dany's done, but Jon becomes king, says, screw that. The South sucks. I'm going back to the North. Gives Bran the throne, and Jon goes back to the North and takes the dragon.
Yep.
Boom. That's so satisfying. Jon gets to be a hero, a tragic hero, because he lost the love. Dany dies a hero, like trying to liberate a city. Cersei gets justice. Bran gets to be the king. All of his points are taken care of. But no, Dan and Dave's like, oh, we're gonna go make Star Wars movies after this series. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's really funny. Hey, I want to point this out. I never even finished season 8, but
you missed nothing.
I watched it long enough to see my childhood crush get laid, which in retrospect was pretty weird when you think about the show and the actress in hindsight. Anyways,
she got railed a lot in season 1 too.
Oh my god.
I don't think we're talking about the same actress.
Well, all the actresses.
You talking about Daenerys?
I was talking about Arya.
Okay.
And Arya's like
say it's weird in retrospect.
Yikes, it's very weird. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But
Well, how about Sansa?
I'm
That's a whole
kind
nother
of-
thing very quickly, but they basically let her know way ahead of time when she was younger that she would be losing her virginity on screen, and then surprised her with a rape scene. And basically by contract she had to act it out. So there you go. Surprise. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. There's weird stuff with the women in
Hollywood.
the Game of Thrones show. In the contracts, in the scripts, and yeah,
We
Dumb and
already had
Dumber.
the Eyes Wide Shut episode. Moving on.
Yeah. What were you gonna say,
Bill,
though, Bill?
continue.
I'm kind of curious. Do we know how much of a pantser George is?
He says he's a gardener.
Gardener,
So
yeah.
I think that means he very loosely plots broad ideas and then kind of
Okay.
waters the whole garden and sees what grows. Which,
Because
you know,
that was
is
just a
kind of
thought
on it.
that came to my mind because
that would explain the length and the
well,
slowness.
it would explain the length of the books, but also it would explain why the notes they had probably weren't enough to go
yeah,
off
yeah.
of.
But I
You
take
just have broad, and George is over here like just gardening that final product, and then also,
Yeah.
it's funny that you mentioned The Rush, because there's another show that recently ended that felt like the ending was rushed because they wanted to go off and do other things with a different studio, but then they botched their show, and that show was Stranger Things, and it was created by another duo called the
yeah.
Duffer Brothers.
Yep.
Another.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
Yeah.
Netflix
What were you gonna say, Jared?
really wanted to milk it.
I was gonna say it's like my problem with George's garden analogy, and I've talked about this on Next before, but he's not a gardener. He's a dirty hippie throwing seeds in his backyard.
Yes.
Because a gardener, they plan what they're going to plant. They approximate yields to know if these seeds are planted, this is my likely average yield. If I plant this crop beside this crop, this will pollinate that will pollinate this other thing, and I will have a successful harvest. And I know a rough idea of how much I'm going to harvest, how much it's going to take. And they keep the garden hoed, they keep the weeds out. It is orderly. George is not a gardener. He's a dirty hippie throwing seeds in his backyard. It's a mess. It's a tangled web. It's not organized. It's not organized by any recognizable standard. It's organized to him because even a hoarder knows where they have that quarter from like 2001 that they thought looked cool when they saved it. They know where it is in the rubble of their life. That's George. He is not a gardener. He is a hot mess. And it's like, it's got to suck to be in that part of, like, in that stage of life with the potential legacy that he could be leaving, and feel it slipping out of his hands. That has got to be gut wrenching.
Yeah, and it's not like something like Frank Herbert or the dude that wrote Berserk, where they actually died whilst still working on the finale for their respective
not gonna blame him
series. Like Frank Herbert, I think, died a few months after writing, what was it, Chapter House Dune, I want to say. And then, crap, what's the name?
The ones from Brian.
Actually, I was trying to remember the name of the dude that wrote the Berserk manga. I don't know. It's something Japanese. But he
Miura
died as well, and it's
Kentaro Miura.
Miura. Yep.
I was thinking it was a Kentaro. Thank you.
Miura.
But like those two cases, that's radically, radically different from just sitting on your arse writing a side story that, albeit I've heard great things about and has produced what could potentially be a show to rectify and fix the legacy of the IP in general, but that's That's not the thing that people came for. And
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
this analogy isn't new. It's definitely not mine. I'm pretty sure it comes from Nerdrotic. But this would be like Tolkien writing the Silmarillion and getting 2 books in Lord of the Rings done. I love the Silmarillion. The average person doesn't give a damn about the Silmarillion because the
It's a
Silmarillion is not the
companion
big
piece,
thing. Yeah, it's a source book. It's what you read for the rules so that you understand the campaign. It's not actually the big thing.
I have a confession to make in terms of my Tolkien cred, because I don't know. I feel like it's sacrilege to say this.
We will be the judge of that.
But I have completed the Silmarillion more times than I have completed Lord of the Rings.
Without condoning or condemning,
You pass.
I understand.
like I just have, like, there's something about, like, all of that lore. It just hits me, man. It's like, and I'm into it. I love Lord of the Rings. Like, I am in the middle of Lord of the Rings with my son right now. We're like smack in the middle of 2 towers. So I love Lord of the Rings. But for whatever reason, like, I have finished the Silmarillion more times than I have Lord of the Rings. And I'm not sure what the word around on the Tolkien street corners are now, if that's good or bad. If that hurts my Tolkien cred.
I mean, you're definitely a fucking nerd.
That's fair. Oh man, dude, this is looking so cool, AO.
Thank you.
Where did AC? Oh, there he is.
Never bought it before, so
But you know what George did? One thing George inadvertently did is he paved a way for countless Song of Ice and Fire theory channels. Like, there are people that will be able to make a living on like theories, like a Song of Ice and Fire theories.
That's it's actually a good thing to like look into, like, as far as story stuff goes. Like, I talk a lot about foreshadowing and symbolism. It's a good study for those 2 things specifically. Like, George has a way of being really dense and like flowery in a lot of ways. So, I'm not saying he's like the perfect writer, but as far as, there's a reason everybody comes back to like the mysteries of his world and like how is it going to end? Because everybody's it's so well set up and embedded in the narrative that's what he's good at, is like symbolism and foreshadowing and stuff like that.
Oh, he's very good. Like,
honestly, like, in the moment descriptions.
Go ahead. I was just say, like, credit where it's due. Credit where it's due is, like, his prose is really good. His setups are really good. His immersion is really good. Like, all of that stuff, I think he is among the greatest to ever put word to paper.
Oh yeah,
like,
or at least up there.
Yeah, like he's I'll give him that. Like, he's that good. Finishing, not so much.
You see, and that's the problem. That kind of makes it worse for me, because I hear everyone go on about how good the books are, how good of a writer Martin is, and it's like, okay, that's great, but if your Lord of the Rings is not finished, you're gonna be lost. And you are going to be lost to history like tears in the rain. Okay.
Yeah.
So
good reference.
Nice reference.
Thank you. That's because I've watched that movie too many times in my life. And another thing, and I'm kind of curious to get the opinions of the people that have read the books, since I have them here. I remember reading, and maybe you guys saw it too, this was a year, maybe 2 years ago, someone posited a theory on X that Martin's story, A Song of Ice and Fire, demands, just naturally, organically demands a heroic turn, if that makes sense. I'm probably not going to do the theory justice if I try to explain it, but basically what he posited was that the way the story is set up, the good guys are always losing because they're good, they're honorable, but this is a story that's basically wanting to say that in times of extreme turmoil, it is the heroic people, the honorable people that rise up, unite the world against the existential or objectively evil threat.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious to get the thoughts of people who've read the books on that, because I thought it was kind of interesting and could also, if we want to play armchair psychologist here, might explain another part as to why he's really dragging his feet finishing his series.
No, I totally agree with that. And I think the public response to the end of season 8 is the proof. Like, because if that's not, if people were okay with where it landed, nobody would have cared. Nobody would have bitched about the ending. But people weren't okay with where it landed because it didn't have the payoff that you're talking about. It didn't end in this big heroic change, like sea change, it just ended in like a half-assed grim derp. And like, people don't like that. And like, it is because, one, it's not really how humanity has worked historically. And number two, it is anti-inspiring. People go to stories to be inspired, to have things that are admirable, to see things that are admirable, to see people overcome, because it helps people give, like, it gives people like a vocabulary and a frame of reference to like self-evaluate. It's like, okay, I can overcome this and use this as a reference. You use story as a reference. And like, when you pile up so much emotion and so much tragedy and so much darkness and so much conflict in a world like Martin's world, and then you don't pay that off with a heroic, what Tolkien would call a eucatastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people will check out, because that's not what people want. Like, those are not the stories that have resonated through human history. They just aren't. And so I don't like, I get it. Like, if I'm a nihilistic burnout hippie, yeah, I'm gonna write nihilistic burnout grimderp. But I should also accept the fact, given the totality of human history and human nature, people probably won't like where this is going to end. I want to end it. And so then the choice has to be made. It's like, okay, do I give my audience an ending they want, or do I write the ending I want? And am I okay?
Are you writing for yourself, or are you writing for other people?
Yeah. Which both are fine. It's just, if you're going to write for yourself, you have to be ahead of time. You have to be 100% submitted to the reality that they may not like it, and be prepared to accept it if they don't. Therein like, is the tale of an artist, is the true measure of an artist. It's like, if you create for yourself and it doesn't affect you negatively if people don't like it, then I think you can call yourself a true artist. If you write something for yourself and then bitch when people don't like it, I don't think you can call yourself an artist, because then it's not about your self-expression. It's about what your self-expression. It's about the affirmation that your self-expression earns for you instead of the expression itself.
It goes from being self-reflection to ego feeding.
Yes, it does. Yep. And that's just a shitty way to live, man. Because then your identity is wrapped up entirely in applause and affirmation, and that's all. And you can't control that. That's all third party stuff.
Kahuna says, "I just say she's my queen."
Jeez. Have you seen those cuts where people just edit together all the times in season 8 that he says, she's my queen, my queen, my queen, she's my queen, my queen,
Yeah,
my queen, like,
yeah,
oh my queen,
or I don't want it. Yeah,
more like John Simp. Oh,
Oh, God.
oh, Bill offered to ditch the hoodie if there's a tip. So.
I thought AO was taking off his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking it off. Yeah.
Also, Maji.
For all we know, AO is sitting there naked right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let the imagination run wild.
Maji says, question, Jarrod, in your book, how many times did you have to write the ending? That's a good question.
Twice. And I didn't rewrite it. I wrote it, and then I think I fixed it. Well, so you can be the judge of that when you read it. Like if you think I fixed it, but I did it twice. I wrote the beginning of the book many times, because before I started writing, I knew where the book ended, and so that was the easy part. Figuring out how to get there was the real trick. And so I wrote the first chapter. The version you have is the 7th version of that chapter I've written. And I rewrote chapter 2 and 3 twice each. Twice each. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
And I hope the end was satisfactory. I really do.
Dude, the end is tricky. It's like, eventually you just got to end it. I think no matter what it always does feel like you're just kind of ending it because you're set in this like stream of consciousness, just, moving the story forward constantly.
Yeah.
And
I will say,
try to figure out the ending first, so I have a thing to work toward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I did at the end that I don't know, Maggie, I don't know that you've actually read the end, the epilogue yet, but I did an epilogue from one of the other POV characters in the book. And that was when after doing the whole thing, Daniel and I thought, it's like, okay, this needs something else. So let's put an epilogue in it. But Daniel just said it needs an epilogue. And then I decided to put an epilogue from a character that ended up like one of my main characters that I had no idea existed until I put the first sentence of chapter 5 on the page. It's like, oh, there's this guy. Cool. And he quickly became, by the end of the book, he was my maybe my favorite character in the whole book.
I love when that happens.
But thank you, Maggie. I'm glad you appreciate it. It is a long read. It's a big ask. To get all the way through it. But I really appreciate you did that.
I dwelled on the beginning of mine for so long. Like it originally started with a different character already at like the destination setting, which in hindsight it might have benefited me to start already at the destination, so to speak. But yeah, nevertheless, I ended up switching characters, even POV, and just like rewriting the beginning like multiple times after that too, just to like specifically the opening line. Man, I obsess about that thing. I love the first like paragraph.
Mhm.
Like that is, I think, an important part of every book.
Yeah.
Personally.
It's the hook. It's what convinces the reader to actually stay around.
Yeah,
I
I
can
like
still
to-
quote some That line is never going to leave my head. Is it
What's that?
because I very much like Ayn Rand? Possibly. Who is John Galt? The opening of Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
If I can help it, I like
Yeah.
to foreshadow the entire book. Like here's the entire story in one clever line.
That is
even if it's
one-
very subtle.
that is why part of why I like having an outline or a plan going in. I can foreshadow. I've already done quite a bit of foreshadowing in the Zorn series. Things
So
that
fun.
won't pay off probably for another 5 or 6 years because of how fast
Perfect.
I'm getting those out there. There's one that should be paying off closer to the end of this year, but yeah, having that ending in mind is immensely useful because you can really I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it becomes poetic.
This isn't necessarily something that I think would be applicable 100% to Zorn, but for my book, the outline, I had my beginning, I had my end, and I really put my mind to the middle. And what I have, I think, is a nice rhythm that goes from the beginning into that nice rhythm, and then that rhythm coalesces into what the end is, or should coalesce into what the end is, and it's and I'm really, really hoping because I've not talked about it as much with a lot of people because A, I'm very paranoid that people will steal my ideas, but also it
Same.
is a dark subject matter. And I'm really hoping that what I have planned, I'm really hoping that I have what I need to bring it back in the end to give this message of hope and this sentiment of the good guys still won in the end. Yeah, X, Y, and Z happened. It was horrible. It was awful. Everybody had a no good, terrible time. But in the end, it was worth it. Sticking through the fight was worth it. And that's also one of the reasons why I loved reading Red Rising. I see Kahuna is still in the chat. Thank you for introducing me to those. Those were delightful reads. My favorite opening was the opening in the third book. You know why. And but those books, it's so dark, so grim. But then the ending of that first trilogy just like, yeah, you still have a bit of grayness because it's also setting up the last 4 books. But you get this victory. That's really nice. And everything comes around in the end. And there's even one plot point or one aspect of the tyranny that the people live under that's brought back to actually mean something beautiful between 2 characters. And it's
Yep, and then reinforcing themes.
so good.
Yeah. I love it.
So good.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can pull something like that off. Because I do not want to be the kind of guy that pulls my punches in my writing. Like for some of them, like Zorn, I need to because of what I'm trying to do. But for something like what I'm working on now, this book I'm working on now, I don't want to pull my punches. Like maybe enough in some cases because there are some things that are a little gratuitous, which is really hammer it in. And before you ask, yes, I'm sending a free copy to Evaleighmusic when I'm done.
Dude, Evaleighmusic read chapter 10 in my book and had to take a break for weeks. I think it was weeks or months before he went back and read it. And he messaged me after, was like, bro, I just finished chapter 10. That is the most brutal shit I've ever read in my life.
He was eating breakfast when he started my book, and the opening, we were just talking about opening lines. The opening line of my novel is something along the lines of, she emptied her insides over the deck of the Starlight, or something like that. So just, and then I go into detail about how it's a biscuit slurry or something like that. And,
real quick, Jarrod, is your book out yet or no?
No, not
Okay.
yet. Go ahead, AC.
Oh, he just said I ruined food for him for like for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Maggie, you've read it. What did you, how did chapter 10 hit you? Jarrod, read the epilogue I wrote in the chat. What did he read in the chat?
Oh,
in what
let me
chat?
bring it up.
Oh,
Let me bring it up. I think is this it?
Random soldier, yeah.
Oh, I believed Kahuna was lying, but the short available brown women in 3 towns can't all be lying.
That was the epilogue.
That's awesome.
Also, dang animation. This hold on, I gotta pull this up because this turned out really good. Hold up. Let's see here. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good job, dude.
Thank you.
I'm gonna share this on Twitter. Twitter, I'm gonna share it.
On the Twitter.
Yeah. Do you think
Which
you could
Twix? Left Twix or right Twix?
Right.
I'm right leaning myself.
So left. I'm counterculture. Yeah. Do you think you could pull off a Lucy from Fallout, or perhaps
Let me give it a shot real quick.
Yeah. I was gonna say, otherwise, the you could give a shot at Sir Duncan the Tall, whichever you think would be easier. The Fallout Vault Dweller outfit is kind of like got that style to it, and Fallout kind of has like a little bit of a cartoony style at times too. I know. I think that's because like with this with the spear that you did for Primal, that looks like Tartakovsky. Like it's pretty natural for you to do like the cartoony style. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you've watched a lot of his stuff, but
I
he's
have
one of my
not,
favorites.
no.
He's one of my favorites.
I want to get around to it. I'd need to get like more streaming services, and I'm not doing that right now.
Powerpuff Girls was peak.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
It was. There's a reason it was so awesome. Same with Samurai Jack and all those, man. I think right now
Dexter's Lab.
Yep. The Star Wars.
Oh, did he do Dexter's Lab too?
Yeah,
he worked on it.
Oh, Dexter's Lab. I just love that one.
Bro's a treasure.
He was heavily involved in a lot of those early ones.
What are you doing in my laboratory? So good, dude.
Gigi, get out of my laboratory.
It was the best. Dexter's Lab was like Cartoon Network's Pinky in the Brain in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a storyboarder or something on a lot of those shows. I can't remember. That's why a lot of them had a similar vibe to them.
That makes sense. Dude, I can actually probably already tell which ones he was on just because of that vibe. But yeah, dude, he's like one of my favorites. I didn't even realize he was behind all those old ones, like all those old kids ones until recently.
Yep.
I just always thought it was Samurai Jack and like the Star Wars, Clone Wars one, you know.
I
Kahuna
actually
just
recently
launching-
found out that
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tartakovsky declined to be I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was like one of the creative heads, but he turned down a really big job opportunity at Lucasfilm, which then paved the way for Cowboy Hat Boy, whose name I don't remember.
Filoni.
Thank you. Filoni to come
He's a
in and
felon.
do
Felonious.
I see the hate in Jarrod's eyes.
Yep.
Thank you, Maggie. That's pretty. That's awesome.
It could have
I'm a
been
little
Tartakovsky
biased.
though.
I'm a little biased. Or let me rephrase that. I don't have as much hate toward Filoni, but you have to keep in mind, I saw Ahsoka Tano during my formative years.
No, I get that. Yeah,
Jared's like, no, I understand that. You're fine.
yeah.
No, you passed.
Filoni's not the worst. He's just not
He
the
didn't
best.
used to be. He didn't
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
He's getting there though, man.
Like I do believe if his life depended on it, he could probably whip something together, right? I don't think he's like the R word, you know, like slow. You know what I mean? I don't think
Retired.
I don't think very tired. No, but like you know, yeah, he has some good, but like I totally do not blame you for the fatigue. Like I have fatigue too. This new Grogu movie, you guys see that coming out down the pipeline?
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Jared
That's
looks like
something-
he wishes he forgot about it.
That's something that might put butts in seats, but it also might just be like fatigue, you know.
You know,
We'll see.
I legitimately tried with Disney Star Wars, man. And
Dude, yeah.
like after in the Book of Boba Fett, Moss Vespa, I was out. Like as soon as you've got all the millennial zoomers on their Vespa scooter, their Vespa hover bikes, in their fucking all their millennial glory, like it just
The bike game.
dude, I was furious, and that made me drop an F-bomb on the stream. That's how bad it was. Like I was so mad at that stupid show, and that's the last thing that Disney did that I bothered to watch. Like after that, I was completely checked out. I watch anything. I don't care about it. That entire franchise can burn in a lake of fiery sulfur for all I care at this point.
You got further than me. I caught a few episodes of season 2 of The Mandalorian with some friends once. I'm just in there. I'm like, I feel like I'm watching someone else play a video game that I would rather be playing myself. Why do we enjoy this? Why do people like this?
Well, that's the thing, is he wrote it like a video game, and who was the other one? It was Dave Filoni, and who was the other guy?
I've seen better
Favreau was
video
involved in
game
it.
Favreau. Okay, the Favreau stuff was on point.
Yeah.
But they did write it a little too much like a video game, but it's just like, it was because he captured that original vibe. That's what people were. They were like, "Oh, a Star Wars Western." That was how it was sold, if you recall. It was a Star Wars Western.
And the first season was just the first season was following a bounty hunter chasing bounties. What's the bounty of the week? this is the bounty this week, this is the mark next week, this is the mark the week after. It's like it was episodic. And the first season was like, okay, I can get into this. I can support this, even though most of the other stuff that came right before this sucks. But I'll watch this. And after season 2, so I think wasn't it season 2, and then Book of Boba Fett? Was it? I think that was the order.
Yes,
Because one of the episodes of Book of Boba Fett was just Mando season 0.5, like 2.5.
Yeah.
It was weirdly structured.
It was like
Just included in Mando.
Like it was dumb. They handled the Darksaber so poorly that drove me nuts. But I was like, okay, let's just get through it. Let's just get through it. But by the end of the Book of Boba Fett, it's like, well, you have neutered and ruined every character left. I'm out.
Right. Yeah. Boba was like, what a missed opportunity, and I guess that kind of encapsulates what you're talking about, like many missed opportunities, And even despite it all, it's just like we can't deny that, like the whole idea of like making some sort of a baby Yoda, right, and then like leaning into Mandalorian lore. Those are two very good ideas, right? And it just really cranks up that whole missed opportunity thing.
I actually hated Baby Yoda. I hated it.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'll tell you why. I will explain why in a demonstration, because it was this from every chick I ever heard mention or talk about. I was like, oh, he's so cute. I was like, I will punch you in the throat.
Oh, he's like choking the lady. Isn't that nice? That's so adorable.
That is not Star Wars, man. That's not Star Wars. And
look at the little Sith Lord.
But what about Ewoks?
I know, and that's the thing. So like, there are guys older than me who had like already hit puberty by the time Return of the Jedi comes out, and never had the same response when it came to the Ewoks. I get that, and it's still not as bad as that. Like,
if that movie had not been if Return of the Jedi had not been as for kids and as much of an attempt at tonal course correction for whatever reason from Empire, you would have seen the Ewoks stabbing people with their spears. Like 100%. See an Imperial officer just
Yeah.
Hey,
No, I know what you mean though about the whole.
Don't put words in my mouth, Kahuna.
I know what you mean though about the cute Baby Yoda meme. It fatigue with that too. That's the thing these shows have a way of like presenting something that people can genuinely maybe get behind, and then slowly building their own pedestal right in front of themselves, only to stand up on it, and they build it higher and higher, and they're like, it's time for me to start preaching, and then they just drop it. They just drop it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they push it. They push all of the things that they got going, so to speak, to the point of fatigue.
But the thing is, like, the thing that pisses me off about it is like that response they got from women is why they did it, because it would sell.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in service of the story. It wasn't in service of the lore or the history or the franchise at all. It was about, yes, you are correct, Maji. But it was about getting that reaction from women to sell it, and it was all in this attempt to make Star Wars a girl brand. And you cannot transition.
You're right.
A boy brand to a girl brand and think that that's going to work out well.
And transition.
Get it?
And you have to admit that was before they just started creating characters and shoving them down our throats.
Yeah.
So you have to admit, as far as the whole agenda, that's a clever that's why dudes accepted it too, because like dudes can get behind a cute and he's a little boy baby too, so it's like got the father and son vibes going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a genius $1 million idea that they completely messed up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need to keep. So this is successful things get successful when they analyze the data and exaggerate what works, and then completely cut out altogether what does not work. Oh, look at this. We have a wild opinion.
Oh, he lives.
I'm here very quickly and for a short period of time. I was hearing a little bit of naysayers talking about Return of the Jedi and how it did a weird tonal shift after Empire, and I have something to say. Return of the Jedi is the reason that franchise is what it became as big as it was. It was the ending that we needed. It is better than The Empire Strikes Back, and I will fight you naked for it.
That is a bold claim,
What the fuck?
sir. Wow.
I have spent hundreds of hours considering this, and I have personal reasons, but that has nothing to do with it. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Kahuna, you keep trying to fight me naked. Like, what is the deal, bro?
Well, you won't do anything else naked with me, so.
It's the old way, Jared. It's the old way.
We're getting ancient Roman in here.
Yeah. I mean,
It's so the ancestors can watch. Yeah.
I didn't hear Bill say no, so anyway.
No, you heard me say what the fuck.
That's true. That's not a no, Bill. Anyway.
And I'm not saying that Return was bad. Return absolutely is the conclusion to the original trilogy. It brings everything around. But let's face it, those Ewoks, we should have seen more of the Ewoks just stacking Imperial bodies on the battlefield.
Where else are teddy bears supposed to get work, okay?
This is true. This is true.
Instead, we get Care Bears Light.
I wouldn't have minded seeing them. Like, they could have been cute and vicious, and they kind of were. They didn't show the viciousness as much in detail. But yeah, no, Return of the Jedi is where a lot of the better character moments, characterization, and story actually happens. It does build off of what The Empire Strikes Back did, but a lot of the reason that we think Vader is a compelling villain is not because of the first two movies. It's because of Return of the Jedi. That's why we think Lord Vader was one of the best villains in all of movie history, was because of that.
And here I thought it was because of the
And
prequels.
Maji, you are correct. You are correct.
What did she say?
She said
I
agree.
It said it's not women's fault. It's not women's fault. It's because Disney wanted money. That is correct. You
Actually,
are
Maji,
correct.
no, I'm Maji. I'll be honest. I'm much more comfortable blaming women. Much more comfortable.
Women as a whole can't sue him. Yeah.
Actually, women as a whole can't. Anyway, we're not going to say that.
So here's an area of dissonance with Ewoks in Return of the Jedi, is if the Emperor has an entire legion of his best troops on the planet and on the moon of Endor,
how the hell did they lose?
Then you need to show those Ewoks being savage AF, you know. Like, not,
you did see their war machines made of wood.
Yeah, but it needed. It should have been much more violent than that.
Wood can be very effective.
A wood stick against an AT-AT.
Yeah.
Well,
or an ATST, whichever one those ones were.
Boys, Jared is talking about climbing inside of the AT-ATs and doing what needs to be done. Okay. Little savage bears winning a guerrilla war the way you win a guerrilla war in that situation.
Oh, they should have been little monkeys.
Full Viet Cong.
Yes. Yes,
and
that's what he's talking about.
Well, we didn't actually see what happened to him when Chewbacca and that little guy dropped in there. I assume
that is true.
Chewbacca held him and then the other ripped his jaw off and used it to beat him to death.
Now Chewbacca threw him.
That's my headcanon.
You can see Chewbacca throw the first guy.
Oh yeah. He got out easy.
But
he got
but the thing is, like they like tonally, if you think about it, especially when you put the original theatrical music at the very end of the big music number at the very end of it, and all the Ewoks are banging on all the helmets, like all those helmets came off a dead guy. Like they scoured dead dudes to get their music.
They just all
instruments.
tripped, you know.
It's like
I love it. In the Family Guy parody, the heads are still in the helmets.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, no, see, that's tonally that's way better, but they couldn't do it
yeah.
because they had to sell merch.
It should be.
I saw that skit one time where they were when Luke was burning Darth Vader's body. Some of the Ewoks started trying to munch on him.
There would be
Oh,
that
a meal. Good.
There would be
Look,
that too.
he interrupted their feast earlier. They got to eat.
Boys, from a writing perspective, there is a reason that the tribal aliens are not like human. Like, it makes certain things like that. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Are you saying it's an analogy for black people? Oh, sorry.
That is so far out.
Anyway.
Indian people.
I'm saying
No, you're
Jarrod
thinking
is
Avatar,
right again.
their animation.
Oh yeah. I get those confused all the time. Blue people.
There would have been
red
a little
people,
bit of a
yellow.
feasting
You
scene.
confuse the Na'vi with Ewoks?
No, the
I've
redneck.
never looked at an Ewok and thought.
I will say this: the Ewoks are a lot cooler than the Na'vi.
Okay, well, anyway,
That's true.
The only thing the Na'vi have going for them is Zoe Saldana.
Okay.
That's
That's
a
about
lot.
it.
That's a lot, though. Not.
Maji says Washington women can sue you.
Because you live in Washington.
Yeah,
Real
yeah,
quick,
they'd figure it
though.
out. They'd find a way.
Maji, you're ruining my bad name. Anyway.
Real quick though, because Kahuna, you mentioned all the great character moments in Return of the Jedi. So you remember the scene where Leia finally tells Han that she and Luke are brother and sister?
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you remember the look on Han's face? Do you think in that moment he was thinking back to that scene in Empire where she kissed Luke?
100%.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. A few months
Wait a minute.
ago.
No. It's
You
even
tonsil
worse.
tennised him.
He's looking back at the security
like
footage
years
of
ago.
that was inevitably taken back.
It's less time for Han though, because he just woke up the other day from the carbonite.
That's
like,
true.
That just happened last week.
Oh
What
yeah,
the hell?
that's fresh as fuck. Yeah. Remember that
He's
one
my
time
brother.
you met?
How long
remember
was I
when you
asleep?
stuffed your tongue? Remember when you tickled your brother's tonsils with your tongue that one time? Anyway, should we tell the kids? No. Oh. Yeah, no, that would be awkward. Yeah, no. No, that'd be really bad.
What makes it so much worse is if you go back to Empire, Luke does this whole
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
after
he- yeah.
it happens.
He's all like Mr. Big Man afterwards too. Yeah, it's funny as shit. Yeah.
Watching the movies in chronological order or just knowing how the story plays out makes that scene just so funny
You know the
in
order
all the
that I
wrong
had,
ways.
you know the order I had my kids watch the movies in?
The wrong
The
way.
The only 6 movies of Star Wars that exist.
You have 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
No. I had them watch 4 and 5. Oh wait, no, what was it? No, it was I had them watch 1. No, sorry, 4. Episode 4. Then 1.
No, it was 12. Wait.
I don't think you actually know.
We started with Rogue One because that was number 1.
Oh yeah, that movie exists. Yeah.
Oh, Kahuna, while you're
I'm all
here,
messed up, yeah.
I saw a message from Billy in the chat earlier, right here, that you responded to. She said, "Did you see Scream 7?"
Billy!
I did scream 7 times, but I have no.
Yeah.
I said something in the comments. I'm like, no, I checked out way before 7, maybe like 6. No,
What really surprised me is they're coming out with another scary movie.
that looks really funny though.
I saw the trailer. It didn't impress
I get the
me.
distinct impression my brother is going to make me watch it, just like he made me watch the first 2 scary movies. Anyways, moving on.
The first joke is
My pronouns are not she. They are they,
boy.
them.
They got a whole bunch of ammo, that's for sure. They got a bunch of cultural
Take my
ammo.
strong hand.
Yeah, I'm glad. Dude, I
Anyways.
suppose they. Well, because like, wasn't that the thing with the old ones? Is like a strong hand aside, it was like they were pulling a lot of cultural references, right? Like the waza,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That whole thing.
I remember Eminem in the third one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also that first scary movie was basically a parody of a parody because Scream was already Wes Craven taking the piss out of slasher movies. And then the Wayans brothers just kind of parodied the parody.
Well, Scream
Commentary or however you'd classify Scream. I'm not gonna lie, I laugh when I watch Scream.
I do laugh, but I don't. It doesn't go far enough for me to classify it as a parody because it's still a successful slasher film. A parody usually is not like if you make a parody of 300, you're not. It's probably not a good action film.
I don't know. Black Dynamite was a good blaxploitation film, and that was a parody of blaxploitation.
Black Dynamite. Oh.
But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community.
The first lady has arrived.
Hello. Actually, I have to go take care of my children with a big wooden stick. Anyway, I'll be right. Anyway, I might be back, but either way, thanks for having me, guys. Love you.
See ya.
Ao, your drawings are getting better. I like your little noseless Ariel. You should give her personality. Maybe a side shave so she looks nothing like every female video game protagonist. Anyway, bye.
I get what you mean. Yeah. There you go.
And I think like I didn't see past Scream 2. Like, are the rest of them any good? I had no idea there were 5.
I've only seen the first one.
Okay, it's not just me then.
I saw the first one and was like, oh yeah, this was a good little one-off story, and I never bothered with any of the others.
Like the only thing I can really remember, or no, there's a few things I can remember from Scream 2, but the one that sticks out the most is the OJ.
Did I unmute it to test it and it didn't work?
The OJ joke.
Just heard you, Katie.
You're coming through on this one.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to hear.
Oh, we can
Katie's
hear you.
just working on some mic stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with her here. But yeah, Katie, now that you just joined us, Animation has been drawing Lucy from Fallout. He finished up the spear from Primal.
Because I can't hear you. Get me in the hit, Andy.
Okay.
What?
There's just something wrong with it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You know what slasher movie series really took me by surprise? Nightmare on Elm Street. I am not the biggest fan of slashers. They are like bottom of the barrel horror movies. But I watched. Well, originally I thought we were talking about Friday the 13th. Then I found out that JR got them mixed up. But I got the 7 movie. I call it 7 movies because I do not count Jason versus Freddy as anything resembling a movie at all, period. Mainly
That's
because
like
one of
best one.
the main characters reminds me of my ex, and I fuck off with that. But I watched the first one, and I was like, holy crap, they snuck a compelling ghost story in my slasher movie.
Same, Maji.
Ended up binging most of, if not the entire series before, in like the week leading up to when I hopped on the Blasters and Blades to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, it was so good. Kahuna,
in its day, like for its
I
time,
have a big enough knife.
for its time, the first Friday the 13th, I think, may be the best slasher film ever made.
Okay, hold on. Back up, backtrack. Jarrod, you make movies.
Yeah,
You
I tried.
turn on the camera and tell people called actors to pretend and read their lines. You do that and make money from that. So, I assume you make money from that.
That's a big assumption.
It is a big assumption.
I would love to make money doing it.
But what is the appeal? So I watched all 8 Friday the 13th movies that were in this box that I bought. It goes all the way up to Freddy's the good slasher villain. It goes all the way up to Jason Takes Manhattan. The first movie, I watched it. And keep in mind, I always try to look at things in the perspective of when they were made.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm prefacing it with that because a lot of people will go on about, oh, special effects were good for the time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no shit they were. I'm not talking about the special effects, dude. I understand they were revolutionary for the 70s. Shut up about the special effects. But I wasn't bored. I just thought that it was okay. And then I watched the rest and they were okay too. Like, honestly, it falls under Friday the 13th as a whole, and this, including that first movie, sort of falls into this category of, if I'm having a Halloween party, I might put them on so that we all have something to laugh at and enjoy. I'm not actually going to revisit these movies because I think they're so compelling. Like, so what exactly is the appeal of that first movie? What did it do? What am I missing? What is the missing piece?
Well, it's because there's no, like,
I think
You're
there were
able to-
tits in it.
you're
You
able
are
to
lucky I did not take a drink.
It's just, you're watching it with 40 years of
Hindsight.
context that's built on top of what that film did first. And it wasn't the first slasher film, but it was the first one to be like a big, it wasn't the first, it was one of the first ones to become a big like cultural touchstone. And it was wildly successful. And the cult following that it developed brought you all of these other slasher, like entries into the slasher genre that were all like chasing the same dragon. So I think that, and it also depends, like, you have the benefit of 40 years of context, and it's like how old were you when you saw it? Like, I was way too young to see that the first time I saw it. I should not have been able to see that.
What's going on
And
with
so-
this music? What's that about?
And so,
I just put some music on quietly.
That's
That-
really
Jared
not
is
quiet.
epically explaining
Louder than
Friday the
ever.
13th.
but yeah, that like,
Andy, all I can hear is the music. I can't even hear anyone talking.
I turned it down.
Okay. This is such a nightmare with these headphones. It's probably from our son like ripping stuff out, but I have like a cord that has to be just right to work my headphones. I just need new ones. But hey, you guys, I took our son to the gas station, and it's really, really foggy out, and it's dark, of course. And when we got out of the car, I wish Andy was there, because for the first time ever, he flipped out. It was the first time I've ever seen him react so hard and excited for anything in nature like that. But he was like, he, like, celebrating, like it was just wild.
That was Andy?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Oh, it was so cute, you guys. It's just one of those. It caught me off guard. It just. I don't know. I've never seen him react like not even to snow or rainbows or any of that stuff. He just, quiet observer, I guess. But now he's at that age where we're gonna have some real fun. So how are you guys tonight?
Yeah, man, we're good. Chilling, watching AO do his thing, man.
I'm being told how I'm wrong by someone who's older than me on regarding Friday the 13th because I found all of those movies to be okay.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. It's just you're. I think you are a product. You're a product of your generation, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong.
Also,
with that.
real quick, I wanted to say something about Nightmare on Elm Street coming out at around the same time because I thought it came out closer to 1980. Friday the 13th came out in 1980. Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 84.
Yeah.
So I do not have a good chronometer in my brain.
I don't even know. It's weird because I don't think I've seen Friday the 13th. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they did.
I have as a kid, but I don't remember any of it.
The thing that was weird for me with that franchise is like, I thought number 2, the second Friday the 13th was the only one with Jason that felt truly menacing. Where like the rest of them they became campy schlock, and like campy
is always bad, but
I just can't. I cannot invest in it. But the first one, I guess because the first one came out in 80. I probably saw that in when I was like 5 or 6 years old. So that would have been like 84, 85, or 83 or 84. And so, and like a lot of people saw that young, especially my generation. A lot of my generation saw that young, like late Gen Xers. And by then you had all the cool high school kids talking about Friday the 13th is the scariest movie ever. Blah, 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 blah. It's like the scariest
movie. Millennial. Not to interrupt, but
hell no, not even close.
I'm 38. I feel like you're like the only one older than me, but I didn't think you were much older than me.
No, I'm 48. I'm pushing 50.
Oh wow. Okay.
You're younger than I thought you were.
Oh,
it's so nice not to be the oldest one here.
You're younger than my dad. So
I always feel like mother.
Is anyone here younger than 27?
No.
Nope.
Why the hell are all the creative people I know older than me? Fuck.
But we have one of our repeat guests who we haven't talked to Stormcrow in a while. We better make sure he's okay. But isn't he really young? Like, wasn't he like 19 or 20 or something?
He was pretty young.
I don't take those damn pills anymore.
Get off my lawn.
I think you're right.
He's got to be at least my age or older, right?
HPH, hail the Lord Forge, buddy.
He's also 38.
I think it was his birth. Happy birthday, Herman. Hold on, I'm gonna give Herman a clip for his birthday.
So see, Herman, when I was a kid, Herman was one of those cool high school kids who was talking about Friday the 13th being the scariest film since The Exorcist. And so it's like there was this buzz about it at the end of my generation, like at the end of Gen X, that I think helped propel what became the bigger slasher genre as you guys understand it. But yeah, for what it was, like the first Friday the 13th was special. Yeah. But I get it.
It's a unique concept too. And real quick, for Herman's birthday, before we continue the Friday the 13th talk, for Herman's birthday, he gets a clip.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. So if you could be here around 9, that would be great.
Happy birthday.
That would be great, Herman. Thanks.
Yeah. But, Friday the 13th, though, that's what we were talking about, right? Very interesting concept
And real quick, that's another thing. You bring up the campiness that comes in later on, and Jarrod, and that's something that sort of seems to seep, at least from what I've seen and heard, has seeped into a lot of those slasher franchises. Even Nightmare on Elm Street suffered the same issue. But you know what Nightmare on Elm Street had that Friday the 13th didn't?
What's that?
Freddy?
The killer actually had a personality. Freddy has a personality.
Yeah.
Jason just walks around looking menacing in a hockey mask with a big knife. Freddy's over here cracking jokes, killing people in creative ways. He's having a good time. I feel like Robert Englund is having a good time with the role.
There's like real lore. Yeah.
However, so I do have to correct my chronology because I'm getting old and I forget stuff. But so like if you wanted to put like the three like huge cultural touchstones in terms of horror genre, the horror genre, in order, I believe, don't quote me with this, but I think it was The Exorcist, then Halloween, then Friday the 13th, the first Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And so like, and those, and for different reasons, but all three, but like Halloween and Friday the 13th were both slashers. And then Exorcist was different. And, you know, that was its own genre. But like those three films, like they changed the tone of like what horror movies could be in cinema.
Real quick, I just typed this in the chat. That's another reason I hate Freddy versus Jason is that was the last time Robert Englund played Freddy. Why did he not have something better? You're wrong, Kahuna. You are objectively wrong. Freddy versus Jason is the very antithesis of art.
It's What Lies Beneath with Harrison Ford. Yeah, What Lies Beneath was a good one.
I've never heard of that one. I'm looking that up right now, man. Harrison Ford is fun to watch.
It also depends on your brand of horror. Like some people are just like dyed in the wool. Like they want slashers, they want the gore, they want all that, and like that's their brand of horror. Some people want like Maji. I think Maji and myself are the same. Like we like psychological horror. It's psychological.
Oh, psychological is so much fun.
I think that's the scarier stuff, personally. And then some people want the demon exorcism horror, and like I think it's cool that like you can have there's enough of it out that everybody can find like something they like. It just depends on what appeals to you.
Jarrod, have you seen The Black Phone?
I have not. I'll be honest with you, I have not watched a lot of recent movies. A lot of new
So The
movies.
Black Phone genuinely surprised me. That one I thought was pretty good. I have not seen the second one. I have no intention of seeing the second one, but the first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then another one that kind of surprised me, not necessarily a recent one because it came out in, I think it was 2008. And I still wouldn't rank it as great as, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. But The Strangers.
Yeah.
You've seen that one?
Yep.
Dude. That one.
This comment from Kahuna is unhinged, but please continue.
Arwen knows this without Freddy first.
You misspelled the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
But The Strangers also surprised me. Like, I wasn't sure what to expect going in. I knew what the concept was, but just how they played it and just the element that these random kids were literally just trying to screw with the couple.
Yeah.
Before killing them was interesting to watch.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good one. There are some gems, like some genuine gems out there, depending on what your preference is, and like how I guess if you're okay with your horror films not having like huge A-list stars in them, but like there was a
I just care if they can act.
A space horror film, Pandorum, and I think that was like in 2007 or 8, or no, maybe 2009. Pandorum with Ben Foster and Dennis Quaid. That one is really good, and that's like sci-fi horror, because there's a pretty heavy sci-fi element in it. That one was super.
Why does
good.
this picture have Pinhead on it?
Good boy.
I know.
Was Pandorum? No, it
No,
can't
that's
be.
Pandorum. Pandorum.
Boy.
Right, Pandorum.
Yeah.
I've got that up. I just, on the Google search results, it brings up a picture that looks like it's from one of the Hellraiser movies. I feel like there might be a disconnect here.
Seriously,
It should be a picture with an arm and tubes in it.
Yeah, no, that's the picture I'm getting.
Yeah,
I think Google's just got its image search results screwed up, or maybe that's from an article that mentions both movies. I don't know.
It's with me.
Yeah, the first Hellraiser, that one was
that cabinet
again.
Circus keeps telling me I need to watch it.
Yeah.
The cabinet is not a demon.
Yeah, it's really good. It's got some good ones.
It's okay. It just stays there. It won't fall.
That's the perfect thing to hear during this conversation. The cabinet is not a demon.
He's acting like it is. It's ridiculous. He keeps
trying to get the
looking
dog.
at it like it's gonna attack him.
Yep.
He's such a smart dog.
Our dog is a conspiracy theorist about doorways, cabinets apparently, and fans. Like,
I'm not making fun of you.
box fans.
Whisper.
We
Whisper.
call them. We'll turn the fan
He's
on.
looking at me so like I hurt his feelings.
We'll turn the
Hold
fan
on.
on, and like we'll call it the babysitter, because you can just turn a fan on and leave it there, and he won't walk by it. 'Cause he has theories about it.
Whisper.
But yeah. Anyway.
Whisper.
Speaking of,
The fan is turning the
You look
freaking
stupid.
frogs gay.
Whisper.
mm,
Whisper. Do
speaking
you want
of
a
good
treat?
boys.
Whisper. Whisper, motherfucker. Wow. Speak. Good boy. Now whisper. Whisper. Oh my god. Here's that for doing speak. You better whisper now, because you're making me look stupid. Orky. Whisper. Whisper.
Whisper.
I know it's peanut butter soup. Okay. Whisper.
He's-
Whisper. Orchids. Come on, whisper. 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 Come on, whisper. Look, right here. Whisper. Whisper. Good boy.
yeah, you see that?
Finally, you little
See
jerk.
that? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. There was just the littlest like.
There's a
Yeah,
trend people were doing where it's like make like a peanut butter toast and then take a tiny bite and see if your dog will take a tiny bite. And he took the teeniest little nip out of it. It was so funny. He's the best dog. We lost our dog Rolo like a week ago,
Yeah.
and so he was only 5. It was like a sudden. Well, he was sick, but like dogs throw up sometimes. It wasn't like super abnormal, and then he got better where he was like eating, like we made him the rice and boiled chicken and stuff, and then he ate some of the rice, and then he literally got sick so fast and so horrible. After being better, like he was eating and playing, nose was wet, peeing, everything. And I'll spare the details because it was very traumatic. But you know, we knew it was serious suddenly, and we obviously rushed to get him onto a dog bed and into the car to bring to the animal hospital, it was a Saturday, so the closest one open is over an hour and 15 minutes away. And he passed when Andy was like moving him on to the bed to like call him out. So it was really, really sudden.
Yeah.
And we don't know what happened. If we didn't have a $1,600 electric bill for 2 months, we probably would have done the autopsy, but
Yeah.
baseboard heats.
It kind of choked us out of options there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty shit. That's
Yeah.
part of why I'm not a dog owner anymore. It's
rough.
not even that. It's like I can afford it. It's just I'm not going to spend more than $2,000 on any surgery for a dog. I'm just not. I love
Yeah,
animals, but I'm not going to do that. It's just not
Man,
something
it's
I'm-
rough.
Well, I would have done anything we had to do, but we just didn't get that far.
Yeah. Yeah. Real sudden.
But and he so he had some issues that he was born with, like a herniated belly button and like a leg splay issue, and there's he had really swollen the glands here, and they could never really figure out why that was either. So like he had some things, so
Probably just
it
some
could have
genetic
been.
stuff.
Yeah, it definitely could have been, but it's still really, really hard, and I'm not the type to be like, oh, I could never replace. I'm not trying, you know, you could never, of course, replace any dog or person. You know, we're all individuals, but I would never be the type to be like, oh, it's too soon to get a dog, or I could never replace them, because it's like, I don't see why I would, or like why anyone would deprive themselves and another dog of love or a better life, because they're not ready, or, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just different, but I'm like, oh man, as soon as we get this, we still have to get some of our stuff unpacked in the garage, but we want to get a cat to be a Mauser maybe, and
Oh yeah.
another dog maybe, probably.
Years ago, when the family's last golden retriever died, because we used to breed them when I was growing up, purebred golden retrievers, great dogs.
Oh, I didn't know that. My mom had.
We had four litters that I was a child for when they were grown. We kept one of the puppies, and we were going to breed her too, from the second litter, and she got knocked up by the black dog down the street.
Damn blackies. You know what?
We thought it was the Jack Russell Terrier,
And she never went back after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I never saw that dog again. So yeah.
Never saw that dog.
Well, I was gonna. That reminded me of
milk,
something.
you know.
Something really weird. Actually, it was actually only like maybe a few days or a week before Rolo passed. I was in a kind of a bad mood, so I grabbed a journal that I journaled for a few years, and mostly during my relationship with the dude who almost killed me. And so I was like, this will make me feel better, because I guarantee what I wrote in there was probably like feeling like way shittier. And so
Catherine, we call those police reports, not journaling. All right.
Well, I did not call the police on him ever, even though I should have a few times. But I opened it up to a random page, and it was the first thing I read was how we put Charlie, my mom's golden retriever, down, and they had him from a puppy to old age, so it was a long time. But I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, and now that definitely, like, that was a really hard day, so I definitely feel better now. But it also made me sad. But it was funny that that was right before Rollo too. But I had a few encounters, like when I went to the welding shop yesterday to get some work done on the Hummer, and the smoke shop, like all these random encounters with people's dogs, and they were just like super loving and friendly on me. And it's kind of cool that, you know, I lose my dog, and then just randomly all these dogs are making me feel better. It's kind of a cool sign.
Real quick, that's really beautiful, baby. And I noticed that too. But Jarrod has to dip here. Really quick, Jarrod. Why don't you go ahead and plug some stuff?
Yeah.
Let's
So
do the trailer.
Oh, we end the stream with the trailer now. It's awesome. Yeah.
it's
Perfect.
So, you can check me out. You can find my stuff on X and Instagram and all that cool stuff. We're a week away from pre-launch for the first Kickstarter for the film. There will be a lot of stuff start hitting the web next week, I think, with that. And then I'll be able to tell you who's been helping us out and who's going to be helping us out moving forward, which is pretty exciting for us. In the meantime, if you guys could do me a huge favor, just whenever you're online or whenever you're on your computer, if you go to Tubi.tv and search up our film, Missouri Breaks the Bow to Missouri Bill, and just do the little picture in picture.
I think you're muted.
Oh, yeah. It looks like you muted.
Okay, so and we can't hear you now. What the heck?
Oh.
Is that Tubi, Tubi?
TUBI, yeah.
Okay.
Tubi.tv, I think, or Tubi.com. You can probably find it with the
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah. So
There's an app.
Tubi.tv,
Oh, there it is.
Tubi.tv, and if you go to that and just do picture and TV, like the picture play or the what is that called? That little mini player that you can pull out of the thing that stays in front of all your windows.
Oh, yeah.
In picture.
Like
Yeah,
sometimes you have to make sure it's playing or it won't do it on the phone, I've noticed. Yeah.
But yeah, if you could, whenever you're online, if you can remember, just do that, because that really helps a lot, because Tubi's an ad service. So like that helps us out with the ads that it plays while that movie's going. If you want a really easy, low effort way to help support our film, that really helps.
We'll start playing that at night too. When we go to sleep, we'll put it on in the living room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will break my rule about waiting for the physical media to come out, and I will check it out on Tubi.
Thank you.
I need some bots.
I gotta go
That's for
now.
you.
If you want to
You
watch
swayed
it,
me.
it is available ad free on Amazon. But Tubi seems to be the one. Tubi seems to be the one right now where we're getting the most traction, the most plays, and so that's why I just tell people is like, just put it up and spin it on Tubi. But if you don't want to watch commercials, you can get it on Amazon. And yeah, just stay tuned, because again, pre-launch is next week, and then after that, it's going to be a full court press for the Kickstarters that we've got lined up for the new film, Where Even Shadows Fear to Tread. You'll see the trailer of that at the end of the stream. And with that, I will bid you all a very fond farewell.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night.
Cheers, Jarrod.
See you
Thanks
guys.
I'm actually wondering if that's
Good guy.
in part for
Yeah,
Tubi
yeah.
being a free service and having as much as they have on there.
It's interesting. How are they doing that? Yeah.
They're
It's
getting
got to
a
be
lot
the
of
ads.
Cartoon Network shows coming soon.
Are they really?
Ew.
Really?
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to get the
You'd
app?
think
to play?
You'd think Warner Brothers would be tight grip on that stuff.
Yeah.
Shit,
You know, to try and get
Download
their
the app. I don't have
service
memory.
rock
Forget
and
all the
rolling.
ones they were getting. There was
Babe?
a whole lot of them. Like I think Kids Next Door was one of them.
Oh shit! Sorry,
Ben 10
guys.
was one of them.
Well, I don't need to go to Tubi to watch Ben 10 because I got.
Nah, there are a bunch of them though. That was just ones.
I mean,
that
I got
popped in my head.
I got the complete collection.
I
be
do as
watching-
well. Kind
I'll be watching it as soon as I'm done with Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hell yeah!
Yu
Where
Yu
you at with that?
Hakusho took precedence for a number of reasons.
How far are you in with that?
I just finished season 2, so they haven't fought. So Yusuke hasn't fought Togoro yet. I think the only fight so far in that final match has been Kurama and the other guy whose name starts with a K. The dude with the mask.
I
Karasu.
gave him the rest of that little sandwich.
Yeah, Karasu.
He snatched it. Shit.
Good fight, really.
And that really was me having not watched it or it being a good thing weren't the primary reasons, but yeah, it just took precedence for stuff.
So have either of you guys checked out Primal? Speaking of good boys, we had that whole
I
side
have.
with my dog.
I have heard about it.
Oh
I've
boy.
seen little bits. I haven't checked out the thing.
It's
I just realized Kahuna ducked out again.
yeah. Yeah.
There's a disturbing lack of woos.
Kahuna, there's a shirtless man here. Come back.
We mentioned earlier that it's the same guy who did like Dexter's Lab and all these other ones, like even the Powerpuff Girls even. This is like what he's doing now, and he's still killing it. He has a way of like not doing dialogue at all. If that makes either of you guys curious.
Well, yeah, I heard that it was a very action orient, not action like action movie, but action as in no dialogue. The story is being told through actions, through facial expressions. I heard that it was very heavy on that, which did get me a little bit curious because Samurai Jack, especially, I want to say it was season 3 or season 4, but even in the first couple of seasons, it really leaned heavily into trying to tell most of its story through action rather than relying on dialogue. So
Even
Primal genuinely
Jack
has me
himself
curious
didn't
on that.
Speak all that much.
Yeah, he was very much a
minimal
silent,
dialogue, yeah.
a very minimal dialogue protagonist.
The same voice actor as Hermes from Futurama as well.
I did not know that.
That's a fantastic little nugget of information.
I forget
No,
the guy's
dude.
name. It's
I want to see an edit where someone makes Samurai Jack sing the bureaucracy song.
Oh my goodness. No, but like, yeah, Primal has
Phil Lamar. That was it.
Oh, yep, Lamar. That's
Wait a minute, Phil Lamar.
Yep.
I recognize that name from something else. Hold on.
You'd recognize him if you saw him too. If you saw his face, yeah. For sure. No, like Primal though, it also kind of reads like a comic book a little bit, and because of the sparse dialogue.
He also did Green Lantern and Justice League. So
yes,
Jon Stewart.
That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, because of the sparse dialogue, what it does is it kind of like puts him and his animal companion on the same level in a way, which what it does is since he's already like a person, it kind of ends up characterizing or personifying the dinosaur a little bit more. So the lack of dialogue forces him to tell things in a different way, tell the story in a different way, convey things like feelings and stuff. Like one of the supporting character is not even a person, for example, it's a dinosaur. So then like as a byproduct, we get to know it more. It's a stronger character. And so like when crazy things happen, it kind of matters more in certain regards. Like when we hear words for the first time, because there is words in the show, like spoken words. When you hear that though, it's like it has more magnitude. You know what I mean? It's interesting. Very interesting just to study, really, from an artist perspective because of obvious reasons, but then like just from a writing perspective and all kinds of stuff, storytelling. Very interesting, Bill. You should check it out. And animation, you should too. Like for obvious reasons, like I've always thought your style kind of reminded me of Gendy a little bit.
I did grow up watching a lot of those older shows.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure it clicked as soon
Samurai
as...
Jack, Ben 10,
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry, the Looney Tunes classic.
Right. What was... Oh, yeah, I was going to do... Yeah, did you watch his Clone Wars? Gendy's
Yes,
Star Wars?
absolutely.
You did? Oh, it's so
I
good.
have...
I think I have it on my computer, actually.
I have
wanna
vague
buy it
memories
physically,
of-
I just haven't yet.
I have vague memories of catching a couple bits of that one. I don't think I ever watched it in full.
It's really good.
It's my favorite Star Wars, and that's hard. And it's very hard to compete with like the Old Republic. The Knights of the Old Republic, that entire lore and like the way they have the universe set up and all that is super compelling. That's awesome. If they ever do that, I hope they do it right, and Star Wars is in good hands by then. But
Real quick, was I the only person who immediately figured out what the twist was going to be in the first KOTOR game?
probably not. I mean, I didn't figure it out right away.
Dead.
Nice.
Almost time.
It's about that time.
Time for insemination.
She's trying
What
to
the
get a baby Yoda out of me. My wife is plotting to baby trap me. Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
because
how
on
do
the
you...
third one's the baby trap.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, how do you beat? Look at
The
this.
first two, you could have ducked out any time. You could have get left, went out for milk, never come back. The
The first
third one,
three lulled him into a
Go on.
false sense of securities.
Exactly. But how do you beat a Yoda alien on like whatever the heck this creature is with like a lightsaber charging into battle? Like that's so cool. And we don't get to see this.
We
kind
gotta
of
go soon.
stuff.
I've had an egg dropping, so
My goodness, guys. But yeah,
just crickets.
especially after they showed this like in the early 2000s or mid 2000s or whenever this came out. Why didn't they just immediately start taking a lot of these amazing ideas that Genndy had with the Star Wars story? Like you show some of this and some of the Clone Wars stuff. Like I noticed the clones here on the side, just a little bit of it, and people would have like thrown their money at you. You know, there's a reason General Grievous is one of my favorite. He is my favorite character, if not like tied. And it's because of Genndy Tartakovsky's version of him. When I saw the live action movie, I was like, what did they do to my boy? Why is he like walking around coughing like a bitch? Like, what's going on? Because I saw this is what they had leading up to the live action for the third movie. Because if you guys recall, Grievous kind of came out of nowhere on the live action. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because he didn't. He was introduced through this in a very cool way, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, "What did you do?" Also, lots of cool characters, man. I don't know. It's just like my favorite. What do we got here?
Primal is so good. It's ridiculous.
Oh, animations thing is not popping up. Yeah, I agree. And so this. What's up?
Oh, my
Oh.
neck just cracked. I don't like cracking my neck.
Mhm.
I like when the chiropractor does it. But again? Yeah, anyway. I love Primal.
Yeah, me too. The new season has sparked a few conspiracy theories too, which
Like,
like it involves like where the story's at and stuff, but like the character that we're following might not even be the character that we have been following. You know what I mean? Because there's a little bit of a time jump when season 3 continues. I don't know. It's interesting.
the way the dinos react.
Right. The dino doesn't like him. Yeah. It does not like him. So it's interesting. And I think, there's still a couple episodes that got to drop. But overall, like, I chose these 3 things because just, spoiler, I float them all. They all float in my mind. Yeah, even Fallout, for as much of the, questionable choices they've made. Season 2, I think, does improve on like what they were doing. It's giving people more of what they wanted. Yeah, it could have been better. It's not perfect, but I don't think it sinks, right? As far as the Fallout show goes. I don't know if you guys have had the chance to check that out, but Yeah. Hey, animation. Lost you for a second. Bill, have you checked out the Fallout show?
I have not. I
Okay.
have not even checked out the games yet. I have the games in my or on my desktop here, unplayed.
They are compatible with the show, even though there's some questionable things in the show.
I've only seen people playing Fallout 4.
I shared the D&D Star Wars in the Discord,
Oh, cool.
so you can find it now.
I was like, oh, I see. Hold on,
Wow, we got late.
I'm gonna put up Lamar.
I put Booba. Yeah, I moved onto our bed also.
Here's all the characters that Lamar did. Some of them are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And there's Samurai Jack. Yeah.
Who's Lamar?
What was his first name? Animation?
Phil.
Phil Lamar. I was thinking Bob Lamar, but
You're thinking of Bob Lazar,
Bob Lazar. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
the UFO dude.
What do you guys think about them aliens, huh?
Damn aliens.
By the way,
I mean, which aliens are we
They're
talking
sexy
about? Are we
green
talking?
booties or gray booties?
they're all.
Are we talking about like Star Trek green-skinned aliens, or are we talking like the bugs from Starship Troopers?
We're talking about green and gray, super skinny, giant heads, big ass eyeballs.
I think he's more curious
And
if
all
they have
sorts.
tits or not, babe.
What about the Star Wars ones with the boobs coming out of their head?
There you go. Now we're
What the
talking.
I don't
That-
remember that.
they
from
got
Star
weird
Wars.
boobs.
What? You don't? Yeah, with the big, weird boob legs coming out of their head.
This is why sets. This is why Star
Oh,
Wars.
that's what you're talking. Oh, the thing.
The
Okay.
Ahsoka aliens.
Tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, those have to be some kind of titties.
You missed the Ahsoka Tano comment from earlier, Katie.
Uh
Uh-oh.
When
Let's just say
Jared
he
was,
has a type.
I saw the Clone Wars and subsequently Ahsoka
Hey, I ain't
Tano at a
judging. I
very
got a lot of
formative
type.
point of my life. Okay.
Yeah. Core memory.
Yeah,
I grew
absolutely.
up
Core
with Teen
memory.
Titans. I got a type too. Okay.
I remember my first.
Yeah, it's Starfire, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong. She's just so bubbly.
Yeah.
Raven's okay, I guess.
The one thing that these three shows have in common too is they are all doing correct things. Like, I mean, Primal doesn't have source material, but it's a good showcase of like doing the right thing in that like it's accurate. Because why is it accurate? Because it's an original story. So like that's one way Hollywood could sidestep all this criticism and honestly defacing cultural, loves that we have is just come up with an original story. Because like you could shoehorn all those politics you want in there if you just write the story around it and build the world around it. You know, the fact that they acquire these IPs and then just kind of try to force all these changes is really the only issue people have. Because you have your audience for your political beliefs or whatever, there is an audience for that, which is probably why they, want to do it in the first place. But you know what I mean? Tartakovsky's doing it right. He wrote his own story. He's just doing whatever he wants. And watching it, there's this like sort of freedom in like every scene. It's crazy. You can tell the guy loves animals because like his people are not very detailed. They're exaggerated. They're disproportioned. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden a bird will land like in the foreground and it's super detailed and beautiful. And it's just like, this guy loves nature. You can just see it in the way he draws everything. It's like endearing. My wife just a few minutes ago was like, oh, I love Primal. My wife. And it's supposed to be this testosterone dude show. And it is. Like, but she's right there like loving the action scenes with me. You know? So
Yeah, it's good shit. It really is. Someone is following me on X, so I looked up where they live because it says Villafranca del Penedès or something of the sort. So I just looked it up to see what country it was in, and it says instead of like city or township, it says human settlement in Spain. Okay.
what other kind of settlements are there in Spain?
Sounds legitimate.
Deep one settlement off the coast.
Local aliens.
The lizard people. The lizard people.
I know we were talking about aliens.
Innsmouthkin.
Aliens are canonical in the world of Fallout. I don't know if you guys knew this.
Spaghetti monsters. That's what they got.
Porky, you're such a butto. Oh, you're such a good boy. I get your booties. I get your booties.
Which means we could see aliens on the Fallout show. Which, if it's in line, I mean, judging by everything we've seen on screen so far, they're
Are aliens
basically just going to
canonical?
show us everything that everybody wants to see, and that everybody like, basically all the things. You know, remember what I was saying about successful companies? Or they'll hyper analyze the data, and they will cut out what doesn't work completely. Like I'm talking about surgically excising that shit. That joke didn't land. We're never doing a joke like that again. And a couple people are fired. And then this joke over here kind of landed. Write 3 more of those. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And hire another person that's like doing those jokes. You know, it's in line with that because they'll show us the aliens. It's inevitable because they just went right into New Vegas. As soon as they saw that the show stuck, they steered it right into New Vegas. And that's like everybody who is familiar with the Fallout games kind of knows that game in particular was not only done by a separate studio, you know, kind of like how the Call of Duty games with like the Nazi zombies had a separate studio. There's like the 2 different kinds of Call of Duty games. It was like one of those situations, but for Fallout. So the separate studio did New Vegas. They did a slightly different take on it. And it formed its own cult following that's stuck ever since. And like it's probably the most popular game still. Like still. People are still modding it and playing it like as much or more than Fallout 4. So they immediately brought the TV show there, which means they're gonna show us aliens whenever they can. That's my prediction. I'll show you the Fallout aliens. But the show's been accurate, which is refreshing. Well, for the most part, it's more accurate than normal. You know what I mean, Vern?
No, I mean,
But the alien design has always looked so fucking mean. I love it. That's kind of cool that Bill hasn't played because he can kind of just.
I just haven't gotten to it yet. I mean,
look at this. They were introduced through DLC, so like in the main game, you really only find clues of them. You know what I mean? So it's way more ambiguous without the DLC, but then they made the DLC. It's confirmed you literally go like on a UFO. They do a bunch of the tropes. It's awesome. There's like a frozen samurai on the ship and like a cowboy, and yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah, they've just been abducting people over the years, and freezing them, and yeah, you can see like the apocalyptic Earth from space on that mission. It's really cool. You get to like shoot the spaceship. It's yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty confident they're gonna show these on screen. Like, especially with some of that lore on the spaceship that I remember from the DLC. And like how detailed it was. Yeah, dude. They got a lot to pull from. It's just something that's always in the background of like the games, But yeah, they went right to New Vegas and started fighting Deathclaws. Oh, I forgot your You're not familiar with Deathclaws, are you, Bill?
I have heard the term.
It's
That is certainly a word that I have heard.
They are the Fallout equivalent of, you know how everything has like a dragon?
Uh-huh.
This is like Fallout's dragon. Or like a demon. You know what I mean? Let's see. You know, pretty straightforward. The lore is it's mutated from iguana DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Very much, you know, demon. So, you know, it's like the final, you know,
Like
max
a
level.
Balrog, but not on fire.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They're fun to fight, you know. They fight exactly how they look, but they immediately went to like the most popular game and started fighting like this is an iconic creature, you know. This is a unique creature to this world. So you could argue like the feral ghouls are basically just zombies, and you could argue a lot of the other stuff is just tropes from other things. But like the Fallout universe made the Deathclaw. This is their thing. This is one of their creatures. You know what I mean? So they went to all the popular shit. It was smart. I don't know. I think they're doing something right. It was worth highlighting. I think it floats. I know it has its criticisms. Like I highlighted a lot of criticisms last season. It's really just choices that they could have done different, you know. And they do have the subplot of the eccentric billionaire genius guy who's trying to put a neural link in everybody's head. So, you know, that's an example of like the choices. But, you know, in a vacuum, you look at the story, it's like, yeah, you could, nothing's like perfect, but like it's refreshing to see things that are actually kind of trying to maintain the integrity of the IP.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of just everything being a Frankenstein monster version of itself. New Fallout 76 season is alien theme. Oh my goodness. Did I predict the future, Maji?
Well, no, that says Alan themed. So it has something to do with a guy named Alan.
Damn.
Who's Alan?
Alan.
My Allens are bad.
God damn it, Alan.
Right?
I'm just thinking of Jurassic Park. Alan.
Oh, Deathclaw Wendigo. Yeah.
We gotta watch Jurassic Park with Hulu soon.
The Jurassic movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can watch. them.
Well, the first one.
First few were pretty good, honestly.
Well, that's fine. We can watch them all.
Yeah.
We just at least gotta watch the first one.
What was the first Jurassic movie you guys ever seen?
The
The
first,
first
one.
one.
Are you serious?
You guys all started with the first one then?
What do you
Huh?
think?
First one, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well,
Who drops into a franchise in the middle, AC? Come on.
I don't know.
Like I might remember seeing second one first, but I definitely had seen the first one first.
I was right. It's not Alan themed. It's not.
It's
Alan.
Island.
It's damn it. It's Island. It's Island themed. It's Island. It's
AI Lynn. There you go.
Dang it, I missed. But here's the sad thing. I also didn't catch it the second time. I just saw Alien both times. Alien. Jurassic Park. The OG gave me nightmares as a kid, but I loved it. It gave me nightmares as a kid too. For sure.
I'm so tired. Man.
Being hunted, right?
I'm
Don't worry,
fading.
I'll take care of it, AC. Just wait a minute.
Say that again.
Me? Me? Andy.
No, animation. What'd you say, animation?
There we go. I fixed it.
Nelia. Okay. Neila. Nyla. There we go. 6. Bob Peck. Robert Muldoon had cancer during Jurassic Park and couldn't go on. Huh. I'm assuming that's the old guy. I don't know Bob Peck. Let me look up Bob Peck. Oh, no, that's the Hunter guy. That's the Hunter guy. There's a lot of changes from the Jurassic Park books to the movie, too. But yet, a lot of people still accept the movie. There's a lesson to be learned there, that there's a certain threshold of change that you can do. It doesn't mean people will like it. In fact, they'll still hate it. But doesn't mean they'll hate the movie. You can still win them over as a whole. They'll just, probably say, but they changed this, that, and the other thing. Overall, I think you should just be faithful. If you're going to adapt good stories, it's already good, right? Unless there has to be a damn good reason. Like Night of the Seven Kingdoms is on the thumbnail. Very few changes in that. There's some unnecessary stuff added, extra stuff.
There's a Facebook reel where this chick has, she's got black hair because she's black, and there's like a roach crawling around in it. So I tagged Asmongold and said, "Found you a wife."
A roach wife. Shout outs. Maji says Lord of the Rings movies changed the books too, but it was respectful. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like something about it, Jurassic Park, Spielberg he respected the movies. I don't know. I think Spielberg was trying to just, because if you look at it, there was kind of like that whole Avatar craze mentality going on, where I feel like they were trying, like they were being ambitious and like inventing things for the movie, like different things for the animatronic dinosaurs, for example. Like Avatar invented some face analyzing technology for the CGI, for example. I think he was focused more on that than like source material, right? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that just comes with the gig.
Yes.
Nevertheless, it's good shit, man. I gotta watch it. I was telling Katie we should watch Cable Guy too, because all the Jim Carrey stuff in the news. You guys ever watch Cable Guy? It's Kahuna's favorite. He tells me all the time.
What Jim Carrey stuff is in the news?
Oh, just he's a clone. He accepted award. His clone accepted an award. His body double, something along those lines. And like the real Jim Carrey still hasn't come out and said anything yet. Something along those lines.
I'll tell you what, if Jim Carrey was in Gemini Man, that would be a very fun movie.
He's left-handed, but he's been signing with his right hand.
Yep.
And then some guy claimed to be him, but that was already debunked.
Yep.
So it's supposedly still Jim Carrey, but he's just being a fucking retard.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
his eyes
he's
are slightly
just
different colors.
insane.
Yeah. Well, hazel eyes change colors. You know that because yours do.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nevertheless, it could be a reptilian. It could be Jimbo. It could be this Jack Carrey character that they're trying to convince us. But
4 years ago, look at us all naked.
Look at that. Oh my god.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah. I
need to get fat again.
She's trying to baby trap me, boys. She's trying to give me the old Fossaway apple. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you can't even fucking see that shit.
Here, I'll pull it up.
No, that's okay. You don't have to do that.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, there was very few changes in the Night of the
Looks like
Seven.
my trap's working. You're digging it.
Oh yeah.
need the Star Wars clip. Yeah. The truck.
Oh. James Cameron used Titanic to dive to the Titanic. Yeah. Great excuse. Yep. Good example.
Yep.
And they changed Boromir's death at Sean Bean's request.
So my head, like my neck's all crinkled up. It looks, I don't know, it's a weird shot. And there's like a door scene behind us, whatever. I just posted a bunch. That was 4 years ago. Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting old, babe.
Oh, yeah. And then here's a fucking crazy video.
Oh, is that the yeah.
Is it playing when it comes out like a
Yep.
freaking alien?
Just did it.
Dude, no one, people, there's so much shit about pregnancy people don't talk about. Like all these weird little things that you never hear, like how if you eat something really oily or greasy, you know how you have to keep like swallowing because it feels like there's shit stuck in your throat? It was like that constantly the whole time. And no one tells you that, like, oh yeah, you get it, your baby's moving around and poking out in your stomach, but not on your side, like poking out of your side. It's freaking weird, dude. And I got it might have been because of my AVM shit, but I got really bad Braxton Hicks, so like early contractions when you're not in labor, like false labor. And I got them so bad one time. My stomach was so twisted that my belly button was on my side, the side of my stomach. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. It was horrible. But yeah. That's it.
And I don't know if you guys saw the video, but literally Xander pushed from the inside of her stomach. And there was literally a big whoop moment where it's just like Alien versus Predator shit, you know?
Yeah, when I would splash water on my belly, he either loved it or hated it, but he would like stand up in there. So like half of my stomach would go back to flat and the other side would just like he was standing up in there. It was wild. Kicking his legs out. I don't know.
Yeah. You could somehow feel the water when you splashed it on your belly.
Yeah, and hear it. They can hear. They have their own little personalities. You know, that's why I never understand why it's like when people on the left claim to love people so much, like people that want to push trans ideology on children or like illegal criminal aliens, shit like that. But then they hate their own family and they hate Christians because they're anti-abortion.
Yeah,
and I've said my piece on like abortion stuff. I'm ultimately pro-choice, but I believe in informed consent and all kinds of things. But I 100% like would not get an abortion, and I have my own opinions on it. But I think that, or I mean, I know that an unborn child in the womb is still a human baby, and it's like they do have their own personalities too. It's wild how much they do while they're inside of you, like you can't tell me that's not a person. They respond to certain music and like certain things and foods too. Yeah, it's pretty cool, like interacting with your baby when they're just fucking tearing out from the inside. But they're even funner when they get out and start destroying your house.
Oh yeah, that's round 2, But yeah, I think A Knight's Tale would be a good one too. Oh, I think next week we're doing the Saska Sisters movie, by the way.
Yes.
They had a movie?
Yes.
What was it?
What was it called, babe? You know more about this than me.
I don't remember. Hold on, I'm responding to someone. Just give me 2 seconds. Because someone said, how appropriate is that? What is wrong with you? And I said, how appropriate is it of me? What is wrong with me? Why aren't you asking that of Erica, the fucking psycho?
Let's see. I had who's in Discord. Wait, hold on. I think I can find it.
I'm getting tired of willfully ignorant fucks, man.
Oh yeah, people. Yeah.
Wow, that is definitely a title.
Oh, American Mary. That's what it's called.
Yeah, American Mary. Sorry, I was.
Okay, so it looks like they have another movie called Dead Hooker in the Trunk.
Okay.
Or no, Dead Hooker in a Trunk.
Okay, I'm about it.
But American Mary, you say?
We should just do. Oh, we should do a double feature.
Oh, because they're twins.
Yeah.
they're
Oh
sisters.
yeah. What next
That's
week?
Yeah,
hilarious.
totally. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Next
Is
week.
American Mary the dead hooker in the trunk?
Andy.
Yeah,
Okay.
next week. Yes, double feature.
Okay. Next.
All right. What time do you got to head out, Bill? We could probably wrap up whenever you got to go.
Like, honestly, right now it's getting close to 10:30 where I'm at.
Oh,
I like to get some reading in before I go to bed.
Okay, well.
Iron Seas does not want to come up ever when I take it. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, you got to do some digging sometimes. It's not fun, not good.
What the fuck is it?
What are you looking for?
Our fucking Iron Seas Twitter.
It's C's Iron Podcast.
That's what I fucking did, and it's still not coming up.
Here, give me a second because I just went through what you're going through
Ridiculous.
there.
Why does it do this shit?
Earlier.
Right.
Hold on. I will drop a link to it in the private chat for you. If you can see the private chat, you should be able to.
Oh, she's trying to get. I think she's trying to tag something and get it to link.
So
It's not
American Mary and
Oh
Dead-
yeah.
Dead
I was
Hooker
having
in
that
a
issue
trunk?
too. Yeah, there's a movie called Dead Hooker in a Trunk, and it's got the Saska sisters' names on it.
That's hilarious.
Okay, amazing.
I've got it pulled up on IMDb here. I can send this link to the private chat.
Okay.
I think Royce had them on, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, it's Royce. Is there someone he hasn't had on?
Fair. We gotta get that fool back on here. I see him posting sometimes about stuff. He's a good kid, that one.
Set
by
in
the way,
beautiful Vancouver, 4 friends set out on an everyday errand and end up in a fight for their lives when they discover the body of a dead hooker left in their trunk.
Fuck yes.
It's going down.
It has
I
a
hate when that
stellar
happens.
rating. Yeah, it's
I
very
also love it.
inconvenient. It's got a solid, pristine 4.8 on IMDb.
Not bad. 4.8 out of 5.
The other one
4.8 out of
It's all the
10.
hookers.
I know.
They the review bombed it. That's all.
Anyways.
Oh, as you do. That's just how the system works, boys. You need to afford an army of drones.
What
need
the
drones
actual
for-
fuck?
Huh.
A shot from Paris Fashion Week? Are you fucking kidding me?
What are we looking at? What the fuck?
It's like an old bitch wearing white face, bleached hair with a giant pearl ball gag. These people are fucking freaks. I'm so tired of this. Everyone is beautiful shit. No, that's a fucking freak. That's not fashion. It's not beauty. That's a freak.
Yeah.
You get what you deserve.
Freak,
Yeah,
damn
what
you.
Ooh, Joker would be a good movie too. To do. It's relevant. I've been seeing a lot of relevant ones. Like, what was that one? Munich. Was that the one that I was looking at? There's several of them. Maybe we should do Snake Eyes. There's a bunch of good ones. But anyway, here, how close are you to finished animation? Is this
I'm getting pretty close. I'm probably just gonna color the background red or something.
I'm
Okay.
so tired. I'll see you guys later. Nice chat with you.
Have a good night.
You
we
too.
can
Later,
wrap
Maggie and whoever else is in the chat. Love you all. Bye.
Bill, have a good night, baby. I'll see you in a second. Bill, do you want to show anything before we go?
Yeah, I probably should, shouldn't I?
Yeah. And if you put the link in the private chat, I'll throw it in the chat.
I need to have the link like on standby for this because this is starting to happen more and more where I'm like doing things. Mostly it's with you guys or the Blasters and Blades podcast, which I'm just going to shill for the Blasters and Blades in general. But every so often I do pop in. I usually try to hit the movie reviews when I can because it's easier to talk about those than some other things. But good
what
time
is
over
that?
there.
What
I've
do you
got
guys do
the
at that
Zorn.
podcast? What do you guys do with the Blasters and Blades?
So that is not hosted by me. I am a friend of the show. But I'm trying to remember how JR says their mission statement. Basically, a group of people celebrating their love for sci-fi, fantasy, and things that are nerdy. Do movie reviews. That's what I like to hop in on are those movie reviews, but they also cover topics about writing. They'll interview authors. They do quite a bit over there.
That's how you do it.
And then, of course, the Zorn Pulp. I'm hoping, as I said at the start of the show, I just sent the next story, Wrath of Tharsis, which is probably going to be renamed to The Wrath of Olympus. But I sent that over to Daniel. That's starting final edits now. So hopefully that'll be done and out by the midpoint of this month. But I make no promises. And hopefully, with all I've done these last couple of months and will be doing in the future, I should, operative word there, should be a bit better at getting the Zorn episodes out on time, while also being able to consistently work on my book so I can get my book out, because I would like to get my book out hopefully before the end of next year, preferably around the end of this year.
Oh yeah.
I have to work like that. Say this is when I'd like it to be, but absolute bare minimum. If I could just get this done, that'd be fantastic. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, with curveballs that life keeps throwing at me. A lot of my stuff just keeps basically staying in the polished stage, which in theory it should be pretty polished by the time I ship it. But yeah, it can be frustrating, but you just gotta take it in stride. It'll be worth it. You just keep plugging away.
You must heed the advice of the great philosopher REO Speedwagon and just keep pushing.
Right. But yeah, I'll let animation finish his thing. I'll do my plug quick. Do his last.
It's bugging a little bit. I'll just send you the image real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to post your link in the private chat when you get a chance, and I'll pull it up on screen?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
Okay. Real quick before we go, you can find all my stuff at all the places. I've had my Linktree just below my name, right there, the whole time. Particularly my band, Empty My Lungs. You can find us on Spotify. We were #1 in America for punk on Groover in 2025. #3 worldwide. Light It Up was the song. Go check out the new one, Memory. Which, fun fact, AI just declared that memory is sacred. So go check it out. Memory Sacred. Go check out Memory. Keep your eyes peeled for the next album coming up. It's called Apotheosis. I've been working hard at that. It's like 13 songs. I'm considering adding one more, but probably not. Yeah, I've been making a lot of progress with that. Go find Mortal Descent on Amazon. Go find A Saga of Sunsets on fundmycomic.com/ASOS. And look for A Promise of Starlight. That's my novel that's been in editing for quite some time. But, you know, I wrote that when my wife was pregnant with our first son. That was a whole journey. So I like to think that it came out in the writing. But yeah, of course, click like and subscribe on all the stuff below. Animation. Oh, where did you go? Where did you go, Animation? Anyway, you can find Animation Overload stuff. Actually, let me just go ahead and toss his YouTube up here, just in case he doesn't return. Yeah, you said you were gonna put Zorn into like an omnibus book, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping to be done with the Defender cycle this year. So either near the end of this year or hopefully the beginning of next year, I should have the first collected volume available.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be
which
awesome.
Will be the first of 5 or the first of 5 volumes each collecting a different cycle about Alexander Zorn.
Heck yeah, man. Oh,
then I'll move on to different Zorns because I want to keep this pumping. It's good practice and it's a good way to start working on trying to build that audience, because if there's no paywall, people can come in and see what's what. And with the economy or with most people's finances the way that they are, the free is a bit more appealing, I think, than seeing everything behind a paywall.
Yeah, everything's definitely going to change pretty drastically in the future going forward. Here's the finished product from Animation. I will be sharing this on the Twitters as well. Good job. I mean, he pulled off 2 pieces in one show. I'm impressed, to be honest. But yeah, this is his stuff here. Go follow Animation. He has a Substack as well. What you're saying about the Zorn stuff being good practice, bullseye. Keep doing that for those listening. Even if you're doing some sort of sequential story, you can kind of subtly make each chapter of that story its own story. And if you're clever enough and subtle enough, you can kind of practice completing a story, essentially, not just a chapter, with each one. And it becomes like really good practice, actually. When you get good at that, then suddenly when it comes time to like doing a novel start to finish, you're essentially doing what you've been used to doing, just kind of like on a larger scale, and it all feels more natural. It's awesome. I went into the novel blind, but I know if I was to start one now, I might even have a little fun doing it. But just because I know what goes into it is why I won't do one for quite a bit. But yeah, like once you get good at that, like I really can't fathom it being challenging in any sense other than just length. If you get a lot of good practice at just starting and finishing a story, introducing characters, bringing them in, pulling them out, like natural dialogue, like quick backstory, names, more names, even more names, you know what I mean? And then remembering everything. That's the other thing.
That's why you use something like Obsidian to keep track of all that.
I don't use anything. I really need to just find something that works for me. What's Obsidian? Is it free?
Yeah, it's free. Go to. Yeah, I would recommend looking into it. It's what I've been using. You can basically create your own little wiki for whatever you're writing.
That's really useful. I basically just use my note on my phone.
Once I'm in the final stages of each Zorn episode, I just sort of go through and just quick housekeeping, update what needs to be updated, and of course I can open up whatever I need to open up to make sure I'm actually staying consistent with my lore and technology.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I asked the question before the show about that one issue I thought may have cropped up. I'm not going to get into it because it gives spoilers for The Wrath of Tharsis.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil that because it was delightful writing that.
Mm-hmm.
And if Kahuna was still with us, he'd probably say something about me being sick or sadistic.
I'm sure.
Well, the look I just gave.
If you ever want to bounce ideas off, I'm here, and I do suggest Animation Overload. He's pretty damn good at it. Once he kind of understands the direction you're going, all of a sudden he just keeps getting more and more ideas. It's pretty crazy. Dude's awesome to just chill and geek out about a story with, because the guy clearly likes, like character concepts and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But anyway, with that, we'll wrap the show there. I just realized Kahuna sent a few super chats earlier, so I got to give Kahuna his clip as well. Give him what you pay for. We'll end on the clip. Any final thoughts, Bill?
Nope.
All right. Thanks for joining me, and everybody listening. Thanks for coming to the Iron Seas. Next week we got Saska Sisters movies. We'll see where the road takes us. Until then, cheers.
This is Sparta!